What is the best language pattern to confuse clients out of their internal conflicts? I love this question because we can strategically look at the different components of this question. What is the best language pattern to confuse clients out of their internal conflicts? There's, okay, let's talk about it. Best language pattern to confuse clients. A lot of us have learned that something like language patterns is something that we can use to confuse our clients so that they can somehow eradicate their problem, right? Here's the thing with trying to confuse your clients. That confusion is good. I'm not against the confusion per se. There's an important and even powerful byproduct of being confused, but how we confuse our clients is the determining factor of whether or not it will work. If you're using very clunky, weird ass language patterns to talk to your client that does not make any fucking sense, your clients will be confused, not in a good way. Like they'd probably be like, what the fuck is this person talking about? That is not where you want to end up. That's not how you want to help your clients, right? So the thing with language patterns is that it's so mechanical and clunky. And it's it sounds good if you practice it, but in a therapeutic setting, when you're actually talking with a client, some clients might not even register what the hell we're talking about with that language pattern, right? And again, it confuses them not in a good way. It confuses a lot of them in a way where what they think, what the hell is this guy talking about? Like, what did I just pay for? You don't want that shit. So, if you want, in this question to confuse clients out of their internal conflicts. So, if you have a client with an internal conflict, you can confuse them, but in a very different way. And this is how we do it inside our ACH trainings. We just place our client's attention on the conflict. And so what happens, I'm going to give you an example in a minute. So instead of, like I said, I'm not against confusion. Confusion can work very, very well, especially with conflicts, because if you confuse your clients, uh, then they start rethinking about the belief that they're conflicted with. That is a better way to confuse the clients. And that is not through language patterns. It can be as easy as really just asking them about the conflict. So for example, I know that a client says, I know that smoking is really bad for my health, but I just automatically grab that cigarette or that vape, whatever it is, right? That is a conflict. They know it's not good for them. And this is very typical for any client with any problem, right? They know that it's very shitty for them, but it's an automatic response or habit that they actually are displaying. So you want to question that internal conflict instead, so that they get confused about the issue, the conflict, or whatever it is. So it can be something as simple as going, okay, so if it's so bad for you, why are you doing things that are bad for you? Something as simple as that, right? Like just ask them about that conflict. Or, you can like, why is it so automatic? What makes the process of grabbing for that cigarette or vape or the cannabis, whatever it is, why is that so? Why are you so drawn to it, right? Asking them, and then they'll start to think about that question. And when they think about the question, they'll retrieve an answer for that question. And by saying it out loud and them hearing themselves answer that question, that's when they start to get really confused. This was very evident inside the stop smoking session, inside our last conversational hypnosis training. It was super fascinating to be like. And she was actually saying, "Oh my God, I'm so confused. Why am I doing it?" And boom, that's how she became a non-smoker. But it's very specific, and language patterns are not needed. And confusion can be really, really good only if it's um, done in an inquisitive, curious way and very strategic way, which is what we teach inside our ACH trainings.